What's up, everybody? Can you hear me? Should be live now. Still trying to figure out how to work all this stuff. Hopefully, hopefully everybody can hear me, see me. Give me a thumbs up or let me know in the chat. So I'm definitely not on the farm here. I don't know if you could tell. I'm sitting at my desk and I start looking at all these channels. Like, is it Shane, Great Farmer Freelance? Do you want to be called Shane or do you want to be called Great Farmer? You tell me, and that's what I'll go with. But I'm watching all these channels that are doing these daily live streams or even weekly live streams. I'm like, man, these people's channels are growing, and my channel's not growing near as fast. And so I decided, maybe I could do like a lunchtime stream, and let's get rowdy. I try to leave the rowdy to rowdy. Rowdy's not with me, or we could get rowdy. But anyway, so I have no plan. Bearded Eagle, how you doing? Great Farmer, thanks for being here. Get to the farm. Lazy Days. Is that Jesse or Lisa? I'm assuming that's Jesse because it's not Mrs. Lazy Days. Thank you guys for all jumping in here and joining. I have no idea what I'm going to do here today. My wife might even be in the chat somewhere. I don't know for sure. She said she's not feeling real good today. So she said she might join in. She said she might not. Jesse, how's it going? Thanks for being here. But I just thought I'd try something out on my lunch break. Obviously, I have to do it during my lunch break. I have to keep, there's Michelle. She is here. Have to keep it to an hour because I don't want my boss to stumble across this somehow and be like, what are you doing at work? So this is during my lunch break. This is my lunch break. Going to warm up some ribs and eat lunch. I am jealous, Bearded Eagle. I'm looking around my desk trying to figure out what I can eat for lunch. I ate some Jump On with Josh live. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. I had some boiled eggs earlier, but that was pretty much my lunch. So my lunch is right here. I'm not going to have lunch today. I do have a nice cup of water. So that's my lunch. Tell her to feel better. Well, you just told her because she's in the chat. So anybody that doesn't know, Michelle Fugate, that's my wife. That's Mrs. Fugate Farms. So I hope she is feeling better. I'm not sure that we might not have a little bit of there's been a stomach bug kind of cruising around. I'm going to close these blinds behind me because see what my camera's doing? If I move my hand, hang on just a second. Spring Meadow Farm and Garden. Hello. Thank you for joining in. Close this other one. Stand by. All right. Now we got some normal lighting in here. Anyway, weird weather today in Oklahoma. It's kind of cold and rainy. It's April 20th, and I don't think it's even made it to 55 degrees today yet. That's Fahrenheit. I know that Great Farmer is up in Canada. Mr. Boots and Bounty, hello, Steve. How's it going, Steven? Guard the Table with Heather and Lynn. Good afternoon, Spring Meadow Farm and Garden. Good to see everybody. Thank you guys for coming in and joining my lunchtime pop-up little live popcorn for lunch. My wife had popcorn at the baseball game last night, and she said it was terrible. So I don't do much popcorn. It gets stuck in my teeth, and then I get irritated. It's 52 in Massachusetts right now. I don't understand this weather this year. And I try to think, like, I'm getting old enough now that I can say, I remember when. I don't remember April. I just don't remember April being cold this far into April. I've made the mistake of planting my garden in March and then losing all of it. Ooh, I had to read that twice, Stephen. My shirt shipped. Caught me off guard there for a second. I'm like, whoa, what does that say? Anyway, sorry. But it was, I want to say Thursday night of last week. It got down to 26 degrees here in April. That's crazy. In Oklahoma, usually by this time in April, we're nighttime temps are usually in the 60s already, daytime 70s and 80s, and it's just not been that way yet. I sure remember April being cold. I was up north then. I've been in Oklahoma my whole life, and 35 in Montana might touch 45 today. That's crazy. I want to go to Montana. And see, you guys are going to have me chasing rabbits again, and then everybody's going to be talking about how I chase rabbits. Be sure to smash the like button. I agree with that, Bearded Eagle. Everybody needs to smash that like button. I wish you could hit it multiple times. That'd be kind of cool. Might not accomplish anything, but it'd be kind of cool anyway. We have not done anything yet to the garden. That's one thing I haven't shown on my channel yet, and I guess I probably need to. I took over a whole shelf in my wife's laundry room. It's not her laundry room. It's our laundry room, but I took over her shelf is what I'm trying to say. And I moved everything off the shelf. And if you're looking for anything, babe, I have no idea where it's at, but it's not on that shelf anymore. And I put all my seed starts in there, and you can hit it in odd numbers as many times as you want. That works. But I put all my seed starts in there. So we've got currently that's actually growing. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I'm sure a lot of you are with Cog Hill Farms, but Jason was talking on one of his podcasts about Cherokee purple tomatoes. And I told my wife about it. She just happened to be in an Atwoods here in the Tulsa area, meaning he took it off the shelf and put it on the floor. Well, I'm not going to deny that some of it didn't probably end up on the floor. Sorry. But anyway, she was in an Atwoods locally here in the Tulsa area, and she found those Cherokee purple tomatoes. So I've got 4 of those plants, and then I started seeds on some Roma tomatoes, I think Mariglobe or Mariglobe tomatoes. I've got some broccoli that's coming up. I've got some lettuce that's coming up. I think it's butter crunch lettuce. What else do I have? Michelle, jump in there and tell them. I can't even remember. Jalapeno peppers, some bell peppers. I've been moving strawberry plants. I planted my peas. I've been liking the rain, and I have planted a row of carrots. That's about all I have done. I haven't done anything outside. Rebecca Davis, Touched by Yarn. Hello. Thank you for joining. I haven't done anything outside. For some reason, I got this wild hair back in February and tilled up the garden outside and then put the chickens back on top of it, and it's back to hard packed earth again. So my outside garden is currently a chicken run. I'm going to move that hopefully this weekend, but I haven't moved it yet. So inside, I've got the seed starts that I talked about, and that's pretty much all I've got going for the garden this year. And I don't even know of all of that, what's going to end up in that garden, because we have 2 raised beds in the backyard. Some of you that have paid attention on some of the videos may have caught them in the background, just little wooden raised, the mod father, lazy days ahead with Jess. And that's true. He is the mod father. But I've got those raised beds, and I haven't talked to Michelle about this yet, but I think the plan was that we were going to do tomatoes. We were going to put the tomato plants in those, and maybe we talked about doing the companion planting, and I've already forgotten what you're supposed to plant with the tomatoes. Was it? It's a flower. This is why my garden never works, because I don't remember what I'm supposed to plant with them. Somebody in here maybe Garden to Table with Heather Lynn's. Some of you sharper gardening folks could probably tell me what to plant with my tomatoes. But I don't remember. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm planting something with the tomatoes. It might be weeds and grass, because that's what I grow really well in my garden usually. And then in the actual garden part, I think Michelle's wanting to do some corn. I would like to do some green beans. We may be too late on planting the green beans. The corn's not too late, because any of the cold would have messed it up pretty bad. So It might, I don't, magnolias doesn't sound familiar. Maybe I need to plant those with my tomatoes. I don't know. Um, but I did think it would be a good idea here to just come in at lunch and give you guys an update on everything that's going on. So a couple of updates. I've got a couple of little video clips that I'm trying to piece together, just kind of a video dump, but kind of a funny little story that I was going to share on an upcoming video that I don't have enough video to really share. So I'll just tell you about it here. We got home Sunday from church, Easter Sunday, and there were like 10 cows in our yard. And we live where we live at is, so our house, our 4 acres is in the middle of Life with Belinda and Chuck. Hello, Chuck. I'm assuming that's Chuck. I've never seen Belinda get in a chat. Arkansas Micro Farm. Howdy, how's it going? Blind guy, his wife, their life. Hello. Thank you for joining. So I get home Easter Sunday from church. There's 10 cows in the yard. And our 4 acres is in the middle of a 240 acre property where they run somewhere around 150 head of cattle. Marigold. Now, marigolds might be right, Stephen. That sounds right. So anyway, I get home and there's 10 cows in the yard, and I just assume that they've somehow gotten through the fence. If you've been following along, you know we're building some new fencing. I assumed that they had found a gap in the fence and got through. So I just opened up the gate and I pushed these 10 cows back into the pasture behind the house. And I think nothing else of it. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday. No, maybe it was Monday. Either way, I get a phone call. Hey, I'm getting ready to go into your pasture. We got to pick up some cows that we found in there. I'm like, cows that you found in there? What are you talking about? Well, you know, your neighbor down the road had some cows that got out, and it was Monday. Okay. So LG, hello, Lori, I'm assuming probably. Thank you for joining. So he calls and he's like, I'm getting ready to go in there and get these cows. I'm like, what cows are you talking about? He's like, well, you know, the lady that lives all the way down at the other end of the road, she had 10 cows that got out, and apparently they've somehow managed to get into the pasture behind you. And I'm like, really? 10 cows, huh? Was it like a couple of mamas and some calves? And it's like, yeah, why? They might have managed to get in that pasture because I put them there. Gathered Together Homestead, hello, thanks for joining. And he's like, what do you mean you put them there? I said, I came home Sunday and they were in the backyard, and I just assumed that they belonged in that pasture. So I opened up the fence or opened up the gate and I put them in the pasture. I had read the post on Facebook in our little community chit chat page that says, this lady's like, if anybody sees any cows out on 180 road, which is the road we live on, if anybody sees any cows out around 180 road, or maybe it was that, I don't know. Anyway, she listed off the road, and I'm like, man, that's right by the house. Never put 2 and 2 together. About 24 hours later, those cows are in my yard. Never thought of it. Put them in the wrong pasture. So they've been hanging out in this wrong pasture for a couple of days. So anyway, that was kind of my funny little story. Hey, they were off the road, and that was my thought process on it. I got them off the road and they were safe. And so anyway, we exchanged phone numbers with this neighbor who I have never met, still haven't met, but she's got my phone number and I have hers. So if 10 more cows show up, I'm in my yard, I know where to put them. If you've also been watching, you know that I actually posted a short this morning with Sophie and Rowdy and Tico, just a little update on them. And charge them rent. Well, it wasn't my pasture, and I don't even know if the guy that owns the pasture knows that they were ever there. He's pretty old and not in great health, so he probably never knew they were on his land. And then I got up Monday morning and I saw those cows again up against the fence, and I thought, man, that's weird that these cows, they're like running all over the place, acting all crazy. And these cows usually are super calm back there. And here's these 10 cows acting all crazy. So anyway, it just kind of struck me funny. I'm like, I'm just oblivious to everything going on around me. I just throw the cows out in the pasture and go on about my business. Didn't look at ear tags or brands or anything. So, but I did post a short this morning about Rowdy and Tico and Sophie for all those who watched the last video and wondered. They all like me a lot. I don't know. The animals seem to flock to our property, including the wild dogs, the hawks, the eagles, the coyotes, everybody. But anyway, anybody that watched the video where we put Sophie in with Rowdy and introduced them together, Rowdy has, I think he's gotten used to Sophie being there. I'm not going to say that he's settled down, but he has gotten used to Sophie being there. Rowdy is much more talkative than he has ever been, ever before. Yes, Bearded Eagle, we do have eagles, and they have a huge nest about probably a quarter mile from my house. And I've never lost a chicken to eagles, but I've lost them to hawks. The eagles have never came down and bothered us, but they've been all around our yard. So kind of cool, but a little nerve-wracking too. So anyway, Rowdy has not necessarily settled down, but I wish I could get it on camera better. We went out to feed this morning, me and my wife did, and he's eating mouthful of food, and he's got a mouthful of I think alfalfa, and he's eating the grain and the alfalfa all at the same time, and an animal cracker. And the whole time he's eating, he's going, so that's the best impersonation I can give you of him. And that's what he does all day long if Sophie's out of their house. He's sitting there. That's exactly what he's doing. He's chatting up the ladies, but there's only one lady, and I think he's driving her crazy at this point. So, but it's pretty funny. And of course, this is the first time we've owned goats. Rowdy was the first goat we've got. We've had him for about a year, and then we got Sophie. And I tried to do a good impersonation for you there, Shane. So I hope I did it justice. But so this is all a new experience. We haven't now. He has like done the kind of hiss thing a bunch, but he hasn't blown any snot or anything like that. But so having the buck and the doe together and just kind of seeing that whole interaction, that's all new for us, and fun, learning a lot, and funny. I mean, I just sit out there and laugh at them. So they're good. Now, I do have to give a chicken update, and this is not a good update. So if you saw the post that I did, it was a short that I did a couple of weeks ago, or a week, maybe it might have been 2 weeks ago, about the Polish that we had to separate out from the flock and put in kind of in his own little enclosure for a little bit. Went out Monday morning, and that Polish, without being too graphic, had been trampled all night by the other chicks, because he was looking fine, or she, I think it's supposed to be she, was looking fine in the box that she was in by herself. So I moved her back out and give Rowdy his own channel. I'm about to dedicate this channel to Rowdy and just see where it goes, because he seems to be he's the highlight right now. But so I went out Monday morning, and that Polish was trampled, all the way trampled. So we lost that one Monday morning. Last night, we got home from Caden had a baseball game last night, and we've been letting the chicks out. They're in the same enclosure as the older chickens now. All of our hens and all of the pullets are all together now. And we went to go put them up. And the way we've been doing it, we have this A-frame chicken tractor. You've probably seen it in the videos. Well, I was just flipping it over and letting them run around. And then at night, I would flip I have 3 channels already, Shane. Do I really need another one? Now my wife is texting me on the slide. No. I don't know what no means, honey. Anyway, I think she's saying no, don't give Rowdy his own channel, maybe. I don't know. I'm confused. I probably am not supposed to be telling you that she's texting me on the side. Mega YouTube. Anyway, I went out last night with Caden to put the other birds, to put the chicks back in their little A-frame. And as I was turning it back over, one of the salmon faverolles or faverolli, however you say it, got its head somehow stuck, like wedged in the side of the chicken tractor, and freaked out. And then, like, essentially she broke her own neck. So we've lost 2 chicks now. We started with 18. We're down to 16 chicks. We had 16 when we had the two roosters. Those two roosters are gone, so we're down to 14. So anyway, somewhere around the 30 birds total right now. Ours lives with the weather till he smelled too much. Then they came to live with us. Seem to have been trying to practice a lot with the poor weather. So we hope he scored with our doe. I'm learning that he may have well practiced with the weather. I don't think they're very particular. And one thing I did notice last year with Rowdy, because he didn't have any does around him, he stunk. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen or been around a male goat. I had neighbors that had goats before too. Male goats just stink, but he didn't stink as bad as some of the male goats that I've smelled. And like he wasn't just completely brown underneath his chin and everything. He was manageable. If I went out there and had to get a hold of him and he was stuck in the fence or something like that and I had to mess with him, I would smell like him for the rest of the day. But he didn't get like the urine scald and everything underneath his he didn't get urine scald or anything. It just wasn't as bad as some that I've seen. So fortunately that worked out okay. Why Michelle and poor Rowdy? What poor Rowdy? Rowdy, there's nothing poor about Rowdy. Rowdy is living the high life right now, I promise you. More testosterone equals more peeing on self. That was kind of what I attributed it to last year. One, he was young, and two, there was no doe around for him to really try to do a whole lot with. So it just worked out good that way. So this year, that may well be a whole different story, and we may have quite the stinky situation on our hands. So that's pretty much all of the updates. We've got the chick update. We got the Rowdy, Sophie, and Tico update. Fencing update, I guess I could give you that. We're probably we're probably like 70% done with the fence. Is that maybe 60%? So, and then once that's done, we will I'll be glad when she goes back to work next week. She's running me ragged. Just kidding, folks. Love my wife. You're going to miss her when she goes back to work, Chuck. That's actually what's going to happen. Anyway, once the fence is done, we will we'll be getting the horses. So looking forward to that. I actually think we might be able to finish the fence this weekend. Don't know that we'll get the horses this weekend. That I've got to coordinate with the guy that has the horses. But sorry, Booze, I was covering barbecue sauce. Can respond. Thanks for sharing my link. Yeah, thanks to the mods that are sharing links. I really appreciate that. How I've only had two lives and got such good mods already. Let's see, Mr. Boots and Bounty, and then my wife, who she's a moderator by default. How do you not make your wife a moderator on your channel, right? Okay, I say I've got great mods, and I have my wife and Mr. Boots and Bounty, Steven. So I guess I don't have a whole lot of mods in here. So, but hey, that's okay. Linda may need to talk to working with Wiley and get an extra rolling pin. No, I don't know if Chuck wants you giving her any ideas. So anyway, just shared your live stream on our community. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So to give you guys an idea of what I'm trying to do here, like I already kind of said really at the beginning, Steven is a great mod. Yes, Steven is a great mod. I agree. He's already been sharing all these links the whole time we've been here. But the idea behind the lunch live is actually, so I don't even know Great Farmer Freelance. I don't even know how I came across your channel. I really don't. But I know that when I came across your channel initially, I was at like 110 subscribers and he was at maybe 90. And I just checked the other day, and this is a good thing. I'm not nice. I'm the obligatory mod. No, you're my favorite person in the world, so I had to make you a mod. Michelle. It's not an obligatory thing. But I looked at his channel. I looked at Great Farmer Freelance, and I've noticed he does the Great Farmer Morning. If you guys haven't seen that, jump on there in the morning, have some coffee, say hello. But he does this live every morning. And now I'm at 131 or 2 subscribers, and he's like at 160 or 70 in the same amount of time. So he not only grew, but he passed me. And so I thought, man, maybe the secret sauce to YouTube right now is lives. So that being said, I'm going to try to start doing maybe a weekly live at lunch. 133. Awesome. Thank you. I checked you out. Love your content, humor. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like Shane, Great Farmer. It seems like I remember seeing you in a live on somebody else's channel or something. Michelle in the office with the. That's right. That's right. Michelle's not feeling very good. I hope she's feeling better. No, Michelle, you're the queen mod. You're welcome. Thanks. I need all the help I can get, right? My wife will tell you that I'm not real quick-witted. I'm goofy, but I'm not quick-witted. So when somebody starts throwing it at me, a lot of times I just go, okay. So yeah, I back down pretty quick when it comes to the quick-witted humor and all that kind of stuff, the banter back and forth. I'm usually the one that's like, yeah, whatever. So I do enjoy the lives, Shane. I do. Our channel grew thanks to some other channels' lives, and then we started doing them Wednesday mornings at 9, and we have gained about 250 subs. See, that's Gathered Together Homestead. By the way, Gathered Together Homestead, I've seen your names, and I don't remember what your names are. Can you throw them in the chat for me so I can write them down? Unless you want to just be called Gathered Together Homestead. But I've been seeing that, and I've been seeing that people that are doing lives are gaining subscribers a lot. And so obviously we're all here on YouTube because we want to share what we're doing, but you need subscribers ultimately in the long run because it takes a lot of time and effort to edit all these videos and all this other kind of stuff. Jessica, awesome. Glenn and Jessica, perfect. Thank you so much, Glenn and Jessica. I will make sure. So am I talking to Glenn or am I talking to Jessica or both? Who's on here today? So anyway, I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to start throwing some lives up, try to come up with some decent content, throughout the week and just do like a lunchtime live. Maybe Glenn currently. Awesome. Glenn, thanks for joining in and being here. And I may do these things for 30 minutes at lunch. I may take my full hour lunch. It just kind of depends. And there's going to be days when I'm not going to be able to do anything at all because just work won't allow it. I may have days when I'm out in the field and I'm not sitting at my desk. And so probably then because Jessica works for a living. I'm going to leave that one with you, Jesse. That's I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that on people that I don't know yet. Like I'm just trying to get to know a lot of the people that are involved in a lot of these lives. Like I feel like I've kind of gotten to know Steven, Mr. Boots and Bounty. Chuck, I did a live with him probably a month ago. So I feel like I kind of know Chuck a little bit. Shane, Great Farmer, I've been getting to know him a little bit. But I'm telling you, I'm not touching that. I'm not there yet. That is pretty funny though. That is pretty funny. And this is one of the cool things that I really like about these lives and about YouTube in general. And I think so my wife and I have talked about YouTube for a long time. I've had a YouTube channel. This is the third YouTube channel I've had now. We've talked about it for probably 10 years. And this is the coolest part about it, in my opinion, is this right here, what's going on in this chat window and just meeting people. In fact, I'm just sitting here at lunch. I've never done this before, so it would take me a minute to figure out how to do it. But I wouldn't even mind throwing the link up and having somebody else come join me in the chat just for fun, if I can figure out how. Share. It's got to be the share button. Is it the share button? Let me see. Share screen, share video. Nope, that's not it. Hey, all. How's everyone doing? Apple Tree Urban Homestead. Annette, thank you for joining. I don't know how to add somebody else to the chat. So if anybody in here knows, I am on StreamYard. And if I wanted to throw somebody else up, or do I just copy the StreamYard link at the top? or what. But anyway, that's what I love about this YouTube community, the live streams, all of it is just getting to know people. And now it's like, by the beauty of technology, Shane knows. I bet he does, and he's holding out on me right now. He got quiet all of a sudden in the chat, but I got all these people now that I can be like, oh, I got that friend of mine, Shane, up in Nova Scotia. Well, we've never met, but you feel like you get to know these people. Josh, have you found your hat yet? That would be a question for Michelle. Invite button and share link. Okay. I'll have to find invite. There it is. Oh, it's funny that I work in such a technology-driven industry and sometimes feel like I can't even operate a computer. Michelle, have you found my hat yet? It's around there somewhere. Rowdy, show you if you add his channel. Everybody wants Rowdy to have his own channel. I don't think Rowdy deserves his own channel yet. He's not a very nice guy sometimes, and he keeps trying to run me over. So here's what I'm going to do. I haven't shared the link yet. Two things. One, if you want to jump in, I think I'm just going to keep it to like one person at a time. I know I can do more than that, but I'm distracted enough as it is. So I'm going to do one person at a time and keep it clean just because family channel and I'm at work. And so I don't want anybody to walk by my office and anything like that. So Australia, Perth, Australia. I've never been to Australia. I have been. I'm mean. I don't think I'm mean. That's not a true statement. I'm not giving Rowdy his own channel because he's mean. Danny Days Homestead, thank you for coming in. Welcome. Backlash Fisherman, how's it going? Found, Michelle says. There you go, Rebecca. She found the hat. So I'm going to throw, you only have a 2-hour lunch. No, I have a 1-hour lunch. I have right now 29 minutes left. So I'm going to throw the link up. If you want to join, feel free to join. I'm going to throw my headphones on because my laptop will start to echo really bad if anybody does join. So here we go. Throw that up there. There's the link. If you care to join, it's probably going to take me a minute to figure out how to even do that once somebody actually does decide to join, whatever. I don't know. But Bearded Eagle has a meeting in 29 minutes too. So this thing's got to end at 1 o'clock Central Time. So there's no in between. Bearded Eagle has a meeting, and I have a hard break because of my lunch hour. So there you go. But if anybody does want to join, the link, I just threw it up in there. I have no idea how to add you to it once you do join, but hey, we're learning. Here we go. Check it out. Boom. I'm learning how to use StreamYard as we go. Look at that ticker. Please like and subscribe. I have no idea what I'm doing here, people. Okay. I can't join. I'm leprechaun hunting in 20 minutes. Good luck on the leprechaun hunt. I have a meeting. So I've never been leprechaun hunting. I've done a lot of hunting, but leprechaun has never been one of them. But I don't live in Ireland either, so I guess I can't leprechaun hunt. So, I figured Shane was probably going to be the one that would want to join. Okay, hang on. Let me plug in my headphones here. Shane is the live stream guru, it seems like these days. So, Great Farmer is in the studio. I think I have to change this to this. Add to stream. There we go. I don't know if I can just hear properly.
Hey, how you doing, Josh? Hey,
there he is.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, man.
All right. So if anybody doesn't know, this is it's Shane, Great Farmer freelance. You said Nova Scotia, right?
Yeah, Nova Scotia, Canada. Up here freezing to death.
Up here freezing to death. And I heard you say in one of your videos, may have been a live stream, that you can see the ocean from your house if you look over the hill.
Yeah, from our kitchen window. Yeah, we can see the Bay of Fundy from the kitchen window.
Our leprechauns in the rut right now. It's the only time to hunt them, right? That's hilarious. That is awesome. So what did you say the temperature was there today?
Today it's actually 11 degrees today, so it's not bad, but the wind is just howling through here. My property sits kind of the same as yours, Josh. There's a farm next to us, and we're sitting right in the middle of its field of about 6,000 acres. So I get it from one side. I get the field and the wind, and then on the other side, I'm getting the ocean. I'm getting the Bay of Fundy winds coming in.
Well, I don't have the ocean, but Chris Bowen in the chat. So if anybody doesn't know, he was in my video with me. He's one of the guys that was helping us wrangle all the cattle that day that we had to go get those 2 crazy steer. Anyway, good friend of mine, and he says, tell him our Canada story. So I feel like, does my audio sound okay with these headphones?
Yeah, you sound good, Josh. Yeah.
So Chris and I and one other guy who's not here to defend himself, so I won't name names. We went on a canoe trip to the Boundary Waters in Minnesota. Of course, we're all in America. You're not supposed to go 11 degrees. I thought it was cold at 40. Yeah. We're not supposed to go into Canada from the Boundary Waters on the American side because we didn't get permits for all that. However, we ended up at this one point on the canoe trip looking across the water at some Indian writings on these rocks. And it was like ancient pyroglyphs, I think they call them. So it was like, do we go look? And we're looking across this body of water, and the waves are kind of getting a little big. And it's kind of like, yeah, nobody will say no, but nobody would say yes. So we all go back and forth among the 3 of us for a couple of minutes there. And then in true male bravado fashion, we all decide to just push on. Let's go across into Canada. Let's look at these Indian writings on the wall and let's just take our chances. So Chris and the other guy are in a tandem canoe. I was in a solo canoe. We get about maybe a third of the way across, and it's like gale force winds. And if anybody's ever done much in a canoe, you know that wind and canoes, just especially on a large body of water. We were in Lac LaCroix, which is a massive
in the
body
sea.
of water.
Yeah, in the sea is the key word, Josh. In the sea.
It was terrible. We get halfway, and I go, I'm not making it over there. So I turned my canoe directly into the wind because I'm like, the only thing I can do is just go straight into the wind and hope these waves don't dump me over. So we ultimately end up on the other side in Canada, and we're windbound on this Canadian bank for 36 hours. We're trying to flag down anybody that can come help us. The wind doesn't lay down for 2 days. It was so I tell everybody, I've been to Canada once. It was illegal. We weren't supposed to be there. We actually stopped the
illegally.
What is the Canada Fish and Game Wildlife? What do they call them in Canada?
Department of Lands and Forests.
Okay, or was it the Minnesota side? We stopped somebody. I don't remember. We stopped a boat, and the guy comes up, and we're like, can't you just put our canoes on top of your boat and just take us right over there? Because this particular part of the Boundary Waters allowed motorboats. He's like, nope, I can't do it. I'm not allowed to. He's like, but hey, the wind's going to lay down by Thursday morning. Like, listen, by Thursday morning, we're supposed to be.
It could have been Oceans, Canadian Oceans and Fisheries Department too.
I don't remember who it was. Chris, if you're still in here, you might remember who it was. Oh man, canoe trip triggers my PTSD. Really did have a near-death experience. Honestly, if one thing would have gone wrong in that little 30-minute span of crossing Lac LaCroix right there, technically that was probably a near-death experience too. Very fortunate that nobody dumped the canoe. It's deep water. It was very cold. It was in late September, so you're 30 to 45 days from some of that water starting to ice up. So it was getting very cold. The organized pineapple. So this is where everybody is. Well, I've got 15 of them. But so anyway, yeah, that's my Canada story. I did actually drive into Vancouver one time. Went and found a Tim Hortons, got a cup of coffee and a donut, and drove right back into Washington. So, and by the way,
on the planet.
You talk about coffee every morning on your channel and tell everybody to get a cup of coffee. I want you to know we order from Amazon, my wife and I, and whole bean Tim Hortons coffee. It's just on a regular recurring deal. That's the only coffee we drink in our house. So there you go. There's my ode to Canadian coffee. Way better than Starbucks.
You guys, anybody in the chat gets a chance to try it. You'll change coffees.
Yeah,
It's a
100%.
good coffee the way they're doing it.
It's the best coffee there is, in my opinion. So, yeah, we
Thank
grind
you
the
very
beans
much,
every morning, and
Josh. Michelle.
I love it. I love coffee, but that's good coffee.
Yeah, me too.
So, 11 degrees there
I'll
today, man.
I'll
That's
jump down, Josh, and give somebody else a chance
okay.
to
Well,
come
thanks
up,
for
buddy.
jumping in. Enjoyed
Thank
it.
you so very much for letting me up on your live stream. Everybody in the chat, thank you so very much.
Yeah.
And Michelle, thank you. Rowdy, of course. Sophia, Tico.
Rowdy doesn't have his own channel yet, so you can't thank Rowdy yet.
Well, I gotta thank him. He knows he's listening. Those big ears of his. I know he can hear me. So
As
thank
long
you,
as
man.
Tico's not biting on him. All right, that's funny. Starbucks is terrible unless you add a ton of cream and syrup. Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know if there's enough cream and syrup to add to that bitter mess and make it taste good. I have people all the time like, you want anything from Starbucks? Nope, I'm good. I don't even want a cup of water from there. Stuff is not good. So anyway, if anybody else wants to jump up here, let me throw this link here. I got about 19 more minutes. Might as well throw somebody else up here if they want. There you go. Guess I don't need the headphones on when nobody's on here. Starbucks is a different breed. I guess that's a nice way of putting it. Oh, I'm not a fan of Starbucks at all. Gray Farmer Freelance just posted a video. Honeydew List project number 2 finished. Well, I haven't finished any honeydew lists in a long time. So congratulations on that. But anyway, so yeah, 14 people had 15 people. I can't remember if it was U.S. or Canadian services, but I agree. Tim is the coffee man. Nah, headphones make you look like a pro. That's what I'm talking about. Pro DJ. That's what I'm talking about. Chris is a coffee guy too, by the way. Chris Bowen, he's a coffee guy, and so you, Chris, remind me if I'm wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong. Remind me because I've forgotten. You like Black Rifle coffee, don't you? Isn't that one that you drink most of the time? What are you doing in this chat anyway, Chris? Aren't you supposed to be building airplanes or something? Are you got me sitting on top of your toolbox. Bare Bones Living, hello, thank you for joining. Chris has probably got his phone sitting on top of a toolbox over there while he's working. I could see it now. Finally, it downloaded. Yes, it did. And I have that same problem every time I try to post a video. It is like, because where we're at, there's no internet service. So I use my cell phone, and I have to upload my videos to YouTube via my cellular connection, and it usually takes quite a while. So that's always fun. So anyway, everybody's in the chat talking. If you got any questions about anything, throw it in there. Chris Bowen's neither confirming nor denying that his phone is sitting on a toolbox while he's working away. Mr. Boots, is it Wednesday? If so, I will see you tonight. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday all day long, unless I'm on the wrong day, which I have done that before. So it wouldn't surprise me. But anyway, everybody make sure you hit the like button. Thank you guys so much for joining in here. This might just have to become a thing. I might just have to start doing a Wednesday lunchtime Black Rifle for special occasions community coffee on the regular. They have a pecan praline that hits different. I all my days running together. I understand that. Mine do too. I kind of burned myself out on the flavored coffee, and Michelle can attest to this. We had every flavor of coffee under the sun. If it was pecan praline, hot buttered rum, I'm probably going to forget them all, but I mean, if it was a flavor of coffee, we tried them all. And I got to the point where it was like, you know what? Can you please just give me a cup of black coffee? That's all I want. Now, I will say, my wife has recently gotten me hooked on what is it? Heavy whipping cream and sugar in my coffee. It's probably why I've gained 30 pounds. So it's all because of the coffee. It has nothing to do with the junk that I eat every day at all. So I need to go back to just my black coffee because that's the best way to drink coffee. You're not a man if you don't drink black coffee. At least that's what some circles would say. It's probably not true at all. But anyway, so what else? What else on a Wednesday? 14 people on the live stream. I think Stephen, I think you said last time you saw it get up on the very first one when we did the 100 subscriber celebration. You say it got up to like 100. I'm dreaming now. 100 celebration. I think it got up to 21, I think, or something. Those wives, LOL. It's true. I mean, she's a great influence. It is good coffee, but it's making me less manly, I feel like. Probably not true at all. All my days. Hey, but you know what? What would we do without our wives? Because honestly, I love black coffee. Says Bare Bones. I love black coffee too. It's my preference. But what I was saying, what would we do without our wives? Honestly, if I didn't have my wife, let's just say I'd probably be sitting here at work in a t-shirt and like jean shorts or something, because we've been married for 15 years. And this is not like, let me preface this. My wife takes care of me by her choice. I'd be in a cardboard box. You're very much right. My wife she just takes care of me. And jean shorts, got me a good old pair of jorts. But my wife has taken such good care of me that I've forgotten how to operate half the things in our house. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that video. I haven't noticed you losing your manliness. That's what I'm talking about. Have any of you guys seen the video where the guy's like, I don't know, this magic coffee table, and I just put stuff down and I get up the next morning and it's gone? That's how I feel in my house. I know it's my wife doing it, but there's so much stuff that just gets done. I go to work during the day and I come home and I'm like, oh, I was going to do that. She's like, yeah, I know you were. Which is probably her code way of saying, no, you weren't. But she does. She takes too good care of me. I don't even know where the washer and dryer is anymore. So that's why I'd be wearing jorts. They'd be the same jorts that I had on for a week at that point in time. So, yeah, I know I'm a dork. But I'm your dork. That's what I always say. She calls me a dork, and I always tell her that I'm your dork. So, but it's the truth. That's why my garage looks the way that it does, because she doesn't come outside and follow me around in the garage and make sure that all my stuff out there is taken care of. She's like, nope, that's your mess. That's your animal. So it is what it is. So anyway, I'm just rambling on now. Anybody have any questions, or if anybody wants to jump in, please do. If not, I'm probably going to have to wrap up this mess before it gets too far. Yes, I tell my family there is no magic cleaning fairy. There is not a magic cleaning fairy. There's not. We replaced all of our appliances, and I have no clue on the new ones. See, I mean, I hear like I can move the knobs and they make noises and stuff, but my wife will attest to the fact that I can't even hardly make a pot of coffee anymore without going, hey, how many scoops of this do I put in there? So when I was laid up for a couple of years with bad leg break, they sure learned. Well, necessity, right? Necessity is the mother of all invention. It also makes people figure stuff out. So, bad leg break. Man, that doesn't sound fun at all. I had a bad leg break back in 2006, sorry. And was on crutches for 6 months, surgery and all that kind of stuff. But it wasn't a couple of years. So yours must have been like upper leg, femur type break. That's not fun. Mine was lower leg, ankle. It's all plates and screws now. So, but yeah, my wife is a good woman. She takes care of me. And so because she does, she has all these animals that she wants, and I just keep getting them. I just keep going, okay, whatever you want, i.e. the horses that are coming to the farm, hopefully in the next week or two. So, yeah, such is the story of our lives, right, gentlemen? We find a woman that we love and we go, whatever you want. Whatever you want. I'm more than willing. Do whatever you want. I don't care. You want more chickens? Get more chickens. Just get 100 chickens. I don't care. Knee above and below. Oh, that does not sound fun at all. I just, like, my skin is like, happy wife, happy life. I can't argue with that. I just can't. I grew up with horses. I love them. I love horses too. I've never had my own horses. I had family members that had horses when I was growing up. Michelle's dad always had horses and mules. And so she's probably been around horses more than I have. So it's going to be a learning adventure. They're older horses. They're one of them is so old that I don't know enough about horses, but I don't know how long it's going to live. I need to start asking for more then. Ask away, baby. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Just ask away. I haven't told you no to anything yet. I have said we're not ready for that yet, but I haven't told you no. Horse cart wreck. I did not nail the landing very well. Okay, horse cart. You're going to have to explain that to me a little bit better. Are we talking like, what's that movie? Like Ben-Hur type like racing horse cart? Like, explain to me what kind of horse cart we're talking about. Horses can live 20 plus years. This horse I'm talking about is 26 already. Is there a link for Bearded Eagle channel, please? Yeah, Bearded Eagle. Somebody throw up his link. I know he's got a channel. I'm subscribed to it. I know. So one of the horses we're getting is 26, which is why I say I'm not sure. There's Bearded Eagle's link right there. I'm not sure how much life he's got left in him. And the other one is a 17-year-old Tennessee walking horse. And the 26-year-old is a retired ranch horse. He's a quarter horse, which, if my understanding is right, spent most of his life like on a working ranch. So anyway, the other one's a Tennessee walking horse and was basically a trail horse. So, but they're coming out to our place to be pets and to be loved and nurtured and fed. And the Tennessee walking horse, his name's Dandy. He can still be ridden. He's physically in better shape than Boss, which is the 26-year-old older horse, quarter horse. He can't be ridden, so they say, and I'm just going to take their word for it. He just needs to live a happy life and eat treats and hay and just live the good old man life. So that's what they're coming to our place for, is just to hang out and enjoy life. Yes, two-wheel cart, horse in training bolted. Had to get my passenger off first, so it was going pretty fast by the time I bailed. Laid there watching cart disintegrate as it sped away from me. Oh my gosh. Quarter horse can go quite a while. What are we talking about quite a while? We talking like 40-year-old horse? The thing's already on the old man horse feed that apparently costs an arm and a leg. You're doing a great job. I can't figure this out. I keep hitting send before I'm supposed to. You're on your phone, babe, so that makes it that much harder to. I hate doing lives on the phone, trying to chat and mention people and all of that kind of stuff. It just drives me crazy. So anyhow, two-wheel cart, that just. So they can. So okay, get to the farm. Do you want to be called Get to the Farm, or do you want to be called by another name? Please tell me, because I'm going to write it down. So you're saying that a quarter horse can live 40 years with good care? Is that what you're saying? But early 30s is pretty old. Man, Sue, such a pleasure to have you here. Get to the farm is Sue. That's wonderful that you're giving those horses a place to retire. That's all we're really trying to do. Bare bones living. Bare bones living. Do you have another name you'd rather be called to? We're trying to give these horses a place to just live the good life kind of thing. I'm enjoying this live chat so much. I'm canceling my leprechaun hunting till tomorrow. Leprechaun hunting is on hold officially. Yes, quarter horse and Morgan family come from Arabians, and they are very long-lived. Arabians are beautiful horses. I do know that much. You guys now know the full extent of my horse knowledge. So, Amanda, Bare Bones Living, I just wrote it down. Thank you so much. That is awesome. So 5-minute warning on. Thank you. Thank you for the 5-minute warning. I really appreciate that. Sue. See, I'm learning. I'm getting there. 5-minute warning. So yeah, we got about 5 minutes. It's all good. Just some practice. Yeah. I don't even know what she was trying to say to you, Stephen. She sent you something. She just tagged your name in it. Do I need to know something here? Something going on, Michelle? Trying to get a hold of Mr. Stephen? Happy boss equals happy life. There you go. That's the old horse's name, Boss. We call him. So the guy that I'm getting him from, his last name starts with a W. So they call him BMW, Boss Man, and then their last name. So we're not going to be able to do that. My last name's Fugate. That would be BMF, and I'll let you guys determine what that stands for. So tell me what I missed. This is my first of your lives I attended. Danny Days Homestead. This is only the second live I've ever done. So as far as lives are concerned, you haven't missed much. I've got 4 more minutes left on my lunch break. I'm going to start doing this more regularly. I think this has been good. Digging for Health. Hello. Thank you for coming in. So all you've missed is have to jump off, but great to meet you. See you next time. Thanks, Bearded Eagle, for being here, and we will definitely see you next time as well. So anyway, Danny Days, all you've missed is we bought a farm. We bought a little bit more land around it. We're remodeling the house. We have a buck named Rowdy, buck goat, Savannah buck goat named Rowdy, and his girlfriend is Savannah. We have Tico, the livestock guardian dog that's with them, and you're saying good job. You're a good moderator. I know, babe. I'm just giving you a time. And we have about 30 chickens. We're getting 2 horses as soon as we finish the fencing. So unless I'm missing something. Oh, we also have Bowser, the French Bulldog. This is our little indoor. It's Michelle's little indoor lap dog that thinks he's a German Shepherd. I need to get some video of him with the goats because it's rather comical. So that's kind of all you've missed. I mean, you really haven't missed much. You have a lot going on. That's awesome. We do have a lot going on. And as my wife will definitely say, I'm really good at starting a lot of stuff. Our kitchen is half floored right now. So working on that. Great job, host and moderator by all. 12:58. I got 2 minutes. So we are wrapping this thing up. Thank you, Sue, for being here. And thank you for the information on the horses. But great second live. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you, Arkansas Micro Farm. Thank you for being here. So yeah, digging for health. We do have a lot going on. A lot of loose ends that I'm trying to get tied up. And hopefully within the next couple of weeks, some of these jobs will be finished up. The fence, the kitchen floor, maybe. So yeah, best wishes from Ireland. Best wishes from America. Thank you for being here. Is it Potcheen? Am I saying that road? Am I saying that right? Potcheen on the road? Is that right? Sorry for showing up late. I'm notorious for being late to lives. That's okay. Andrea at Digging for Health, because so am I. I do it all the time. I'm like, hey, I'm late, and you're getting ready to be done, and glad to be here. So, but anyway, I do have to wrap this up so that I can get back to work. I do really appreciate everybody that came in. Thank you so much for joining this like last minute pop-up live deal. But I did say it right, Potcheen on the road. Okay, perfect. I'm going to probably start doing this every Wednesday that I can, maybe. I'd like to get Michelle to join me on some lives at the house too. But so anyway, You guys have a great rest of. Oh, Creekside Maples. Awesome. Thanks for coming in. Sorry y'all had to step away. Now I'm back and you're done. That's okay. We're going to do this more. Just saw you were live. Well, we're getting ready to not be live anymore. But thanks for jumping in anyway. So anyway, going to try to do this more often and really appreciate you guys joining. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed, please do. I did post a video a while back about trying to get to 1,000 subscribers in 6 months, and I have a long ways to go. So all the help I can get would be fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm going to close this thing out now, and really do appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of your day and week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.